A major confession by the top boss at Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, coming clean under oath that Fox News host knowingly endorsed the false claims the 2020 election was stolen. We brought you this latest twist to you as breaking news yesterday on Rush Hour. And in the aftermath of the 2020 presidential election, several hosts at Fox News supported claims that Dominion voting systems helped steal the election from former President Donald Trump by shifting votes to President Biden. Sarah Rumpf, contributing editor at Mediaite, joins us live. Sarah, thank you for being with us. Why does it matter that Fox News owner Rupert Murdoch not only admits to knowing Fox hosts were lying, but also admits to not stopping it while knowing he could have?
Well, it goes to the heart of what a legal claim for defamation is. And when you're looking at the scope of all of the documents that have been filed here and what Fox News has put forward in their defense, they've filed a couple motions and they've released statements through their public relations people claiming that Dominion is taking things out of context and they're overinflating little quotes here and there. Well, the problem is that the legal standard that they're trying to fight is saying Dominion accuses Fox News of acting knowing that something was false or acting with a reckless disregard for the truth. When you have so many on-camera quotes that were saying that Dominion's voting machines stole votes from Donald Trump and changed them to Joe Biden, the on-air hosts admitting that this was not correct, and the top executives at Fox going all the way up to upper management and Rupert Murdoch, the owner himself, saying he knew this was wrong, he knew it was incorrect, and the word he used was endorsed, that the Fox News on-air personalities, quote, endorsed these conspiracies claiming the Dominion voting machines changed votes. That makes it really hard for Fox to claim that they weren't promoting something they knew was not true. When
Right.
Rupert Murdoch himself says that our people endorsed this on air, that I don't know where you go from there.
Well, Sarah, Fox is saying, as you mentioned, that Dominion's lawsuit is extreme. They're falling back on free speech, on the First Amendment rights. As we know, journalists are supposed to inform the public. So does Fox have any legitimate argument at this point?
They do have an argument in that the mere fact that Donald Trump, the outgoing president, was making these claims was newsworthy. And for a reporter to say, Donald Trump claims this, that's one thing. But let's take it to an outlandish extreme. Donald Trump claims that Marvin the Martian came down and stole all the votes for him and changed them with a magic wand and, something absolutely silly. We could report and say that Donald Trump says those things, but if you don't follow that with, okay, that's not real, then you're putting out bad information. And in this case, because of all of the text messages and emails internally, we know that the Fox News hosts were putting people on air that said these things, making these claims about the machines, and they knew that there was no evidence to back it up. That it's not quite Marvin the Martian, but it is pretty outlandish.
Well, Sarah, really quickly, I don't have a lot of time, but I want to ask, what are the broader implications if Dominion wins this lawsuit and then vice versa if Fox wins?
There are a lot of legal experts that have expressed skepticism that Dominion could get the full multi-billion dollars that they're asking for, but it would send a very sharp dagger through the heart of media outlets like Fox News that have promoted some of these theories because their audience wants to hear them. You're going to, if Dominion wins, you're going to see a lot more disclaimers and people saying, well, that's one theory and we haven't proven that yet, but we just want to hear you. We want you to hear what people are talking about. If Fox is able to put this down and completely win the lawsuit and not have any damages, that's going to be a much longer leash for media outlets to put out information, even when they question the veracity. And that's a kind of troubling thing.
Hey, major implications either way. Okay, Sarah Rumpf, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.